while you learn. Visit WPAOperators.org to learn more and to pre-register today.
Channel 11 News, 11 at 11.
Watch tonight.
Now, Channel 11 News. Coverage you can count on.
You at noon, we are learning more about future plans for the Tree of Life Synagogue as we approach the one-year anniversary of the attack. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Peggy Finnegan. Since that shooting, leaders have spent the last year crafting a vision for that building. Channel 11's Liz Kilmer joins us live from the synagogue. Liz, tell us what you've learned.
Well, Peggy, the building here hasn't reopened since the massacre, and today church leaders announced that the attack will not define them. They will be back here. They will return, and now begins the planning process. I just sat down with the Tree of Life executive director, and she says this is just the beginning. But right now, they are envisioning a place for community and collaboration, worship spaces for Tree of Life and other partners, and a memorial for the 11 lives lost. Now, the next step is hiring a strategic planning consultant to really develop how to do this. That plan will take into account listening sessions that were held with community members and leaders, and notably family members of the victims who lost their lives in what was the worst anti-Semitic attack in U.S. history. Now, leaders say by and large there's been support for returning here.
It's important because we have to. We don't let evil win, and it truly is about overcoming that and proving that by returning to the site.
And I asked her if the plan is to demolish some or all of the building and rebuild or redevelop, and she said right now it's just too early to tell what sort of physical work will be done, but they do want to be back here in about 3 years. We're going to have much more on this story coming up at 5. Live in Squirrel Hill, I'm Liz Kilmer, Channel 11 News.
Developing at noon, police are trying to piece together what happened after a wrecked car was found this morning in Sharpsburg. This was breaking on Channel 11's Morning News, and since then, we've learned the driver of that car is nowhere to be found. Channel 11's Mike Holden joins us live now with the details on this. It's strange, Mike.
Yeah, Peggy, really a bizarre case, but we can tell you this, at this afternoon hour, police are still working to track down this driver. They want to talk with them about what went wrong before they lost control on this road and then flew over this hillside. One thing is for sure, this was a shocking and surprising sight for people who are familiar with this area as well as other people who were just naturally passing by. But I want to show you this. Car parts and debris you can see right here in this video are just strewn across this Sharpsburg hillside this afternoon. It was around 6 this morning when police swarmed the area of the Route 28 overpass after an abandoned, heavily damaged car was found there. The vehicle was mangled, windows smashed out, car doors literally smashed in. Police spent hours trying to piece together what happened and determined the car was traveling off Route 8 southbound to Route 28 northbound. The driver lost control, hit a sign, and went over the hillside. The driver, though, MIA, nowhere to be found. At one point, officers and firefighters searched the wooded area near North Main and Power Streets, but nothing came up.
And the car was smashed up. You know, all the windows were smashed in it. I mean, every airbag was deployed in the car. I don't even know how they got even out of the car.
Big question right there, and where is the driver? A live look at the aftermath of this situation. We're going to make non-stop checks with police, Etna Police leading this investigation. As soon as we get an update, we'll bring it to you live for Channel 11 News starting at 5 o'clock tonight. Reporting live in Sharpsburg this afternoon, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
Thanks. Grab the jacket if you're heading out this afternoon. It's another chilly day, but Severe Weather Team 11 meteorologist Scott Harbaugh is tracking a warm-up for the weekend. That's what we like to hear. Perfect timing.
Right in time for what we want to do outdoors this weekend. A lot of stuff going on with fall festivals and Zoo Boo at the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium. Weather is going to cooperate. Live look right now at Tower Cam. Clouds starting to roll back in to downtown Pittsburgh. We have had some sunshine, but the flow out of the northwest still giving us some cloud cover across part of the area. 50 degrees right now, northwest wind at 12 miles per hour. We're going to continue to pump some clouds through the area off and on throughout the afternoon. And then later this afternoon, once again, we'll begin to break them apart. 54 for the high today. A little better than yesterday, but still on the cool side and definitely chilly for high school football tonight. Skylights forecast, 49 degrees at kickoff, Temperatures falling through the 40s during the game. Don't forget all your highlights tonight on Channel 11 News, 11 at 11, beginning at 11:15. The warm-up is about 24 hours away. I'm updating numbers for the weekend, in which day is going to be near 70 degrees. I'll have that for you coming up in 15 minutes.
All right, we'll see you then. Students in the Fort Cherry School District got a late start to the day. They had a 2-hour delay because of an air ventilation project. The superintendent says the delay allows workers to monitor classroom temperatures first thing in the morning. All the classrooms have heating units, but parents are being asked to send their kids to school dressed in layers, including a jacket. That project is expected to wrap up by November 1st. Channel 11 is following a pair of water main breaks that happened this morning, and one of them here in Wilkinsburg. This is at the intersection of Kelly Street and Rebecca Avenue. We saw workers shut off the water before they left. Sister Thea Bowman Catholic Academy is closed today because of the break. And the other break happened in South Park on Citation Drive and Kings Court. Pennsylvania American Water says an 8-inch water line broke. No word yet whether any customers were affected. We'll let you know when we learn more. A Ross Township home torn down to make room for crews to repair a landslide. We've been telling you about the slide along Reis Run Road. Channel 11's Lori Hoy is live from that site. And Lori, these repairs are a long time coming.
Yeah, that's right, Peggy, and we definitely have some progress here today. You can see behind me that the house here on Reis Run Road is almost gone. Right now, dump trucks are being loaded up, hauling away the bits and pieces. The house had to be demolished first before other work could be done. Heavy equipment slowly levels the house that had to be condemned because of a landslide only inches away. The slide covered Reis Run Road, which has been closed in both directions since May 31st between Rochester Road and Arndt Road. Because of safety concerns, PennDOT said the debris on the road couldn't be immediately removed without the hillside falling. Plus, there were legal issues. Just last week, PennDOT got approval from a judge to access the private property. The house was originally scheduled to be demolished on Monday, but the contractor had to wait for results of asbestos tests first. PennDOT plans on stabilizing the hill and repairing the road, with the work expected to be finished by late November, weather permitting. And back here live, what happens next when the house is totally removed, we'll tell you tonight at 5. Reporting live from Ross Township, Lori Hoy, Channel 11 News.
A Newcastle home is a total loss after a fire early this morning. It happened on West Madison Avenue, and you can see heavy flames shooting through the windows and doors. No one was living in the home because the owners are in the process of moving. But police are calling the fire suspicious. Code enforcement is also working to get that house torn down because of the risk now to neighboring buildings. The search is on for 2 people wanted in connection with a deadly shooting inside a local store. This was breaking news yesterday at noon. The shooting happened at the Family Dollar store in McKeesport. 24-year-old Dwayne Fuller was killed. A woman who didn't want to be identified rushed to help him when she saw the victim on the floor.
I did everything I could to try and keep him awake. He was dozing in and out. And I noticed the gunshot wound to his lower abdomen and his right lung. And he started seizing.
Police say they are reviewing video to identify the suspects. They say the victim was targeted, but so far they don't have a motive. Wires left dangling after a crash this morning in Westmoreland County. This is video from Route 217 in Derry Township, and you can see the car off to the side of the road. You can also see poles leaning. There were no outages in the area, and we still don't know if anyone was injured in this crash. Several high school students are facing citations after 4 separate fights at Westinghouse High School. Those fights all happened yesterday. There was also a threat yesterday at the school. Police, though, said it was not credible. The district said there is no connection between the fights and the threat. A grand jury is looking into the sudden cancellation of the Three Rivers Regatta. Sources tell Target 11 that the grand jury is looking into event finances. The regatta board says it canceled the 3-day event when it learned insurance had never been purchased. The board placed the blame on the event management group Lionheart. Last night, Channel 11 spoke with the attorney for the man who runs Lionheart, Derek Weber.
Obviously, we're always willing to cooperate with anyone from law enforcement or anyone investigating this matter, but otherwise I don't have any information regarding any investigation that's ongoing.
Lionheart filed for bankruptcy after the event was canceled, and Channel 11 is working to learn who or what exactly the grand jury is investigating. The White House says the 2020 G7 summit will be at President Trump's private golf resort near Miami. Channel 11's Jacqueline Fell is in Washington, D.C., where Democratic lawmakers immediately protested.
The decision to host the G7 summit at a property owned by the president prompted questions about whether it's a conflict of interest. The White House dismissing those concerns.
We thought of the 12 places that we looked at, and you'd recognize the names of them if we told you what they were, that this was by far and away the best choice.
Acting Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney says President Trump will not be profiting in, quote, any way, shape, or form. Democrats denounced the decision, saying the president is using his office to promote his business interests. House Judiciary Chairman Jerry Nadler says selecting the Trump National Doral, quote, was among the most brazen examples yet of the president's corruption. He added the committee would press the White House for answers about the G7 selection process. In Washington, Jacqueline Fell, Channel 11 News.
A Pennsylvania man charged with his wife's murder 9 years later. Why investigators started pursuing him as a suspect in the first place. And how police say scammers used an empty building and empty promises to try to trick people into giving up their personal information.
One little hiccup in the weekend forecast. I'll show you how a tropical system could bring a few parts of the area some rain.
WPXI Now. When a major story breaks, this is where you'll find 24-hour coverage. From the Channel 11 newsroom to our crews live in the field, we'll bring you the information you need right now. WPXI Now. Always on when you want the latest on breaking. Weekdays at 11 on Channel 11. Pittsburgh's chief meteorologist, Stephen Cropper, tracking the weather in your neighborhood.
Police say rumors of a new restaurant coming to Beaver County turned out to be a scam. They say Chipotle is not hiring in the area and that the ads asking people to apply are actually fake. Channel 11's Gabriella DeLuca found out how this scam works.
This is the post that was floating all around social media from a realistic-looking Instagram account with the handle Chipotle Beaver. A caption reads, "See you soon at our new Beaver location." Now word has gotten out that it's not happening.
It was a fake hoax, news hoax, if you will, that Chipotle was coming to Beaver.
Some ads even had a website asking for people to apply. It's not only untrue, investigators say it's likely a phishing scam.
They're phishing for people's information. So if you bite on this and you actually submit your application online for a job, employment, or posting, then they're going to ask for your name, possibly your personal information, your date of birth, your social security information.
James Bango, who owns James Photography next door, actually received a flyer about it.
I just had a flyer on the inside lobby desk one day with Chipotle was going to be in there, and they had a website for you to go to, and it was a questionnaire.
Now he's stunned to learn the empty storefront next door was used in a scam.
You don't think of it. You read about it, and you just, like what everybody says, and that's dangerous. Yeah, it won't happen here, but when it does, I hope everybody has the same thought that I better be careful.
Police say no one has called them saying their information has been compromised, but they want to get the word out to not fall for it.
Clearly, like in this case, this is a fake news feed, that's out there on social media. As we all know, social media, not all of it is true, so just be careful when you're out there.
Gabriella DeLuca, Channel 11 News.
As for what is going on in that building, the owner says there have been interested buyers, but Chipotle is not one of them. Police say a Pittsburgh area man went on a bank robbery spree in a couple of nearby states. Daryl Wakehoff of Houston is accused of robbing one bank in Preston County, West Virginia, two other banks in Steubenville, Ohio. Investigators say Wakehoff may be responsible for 7 bank robberies in 3 different states. They say he was seen on surveillance video wearing the same shirt in 2 different robberies. Wakehoff is in jail on $1 million bond. 9 years after a deadly fire killed a Pennsylvania woman, her husband is now charged with her murder. That woman died in 2010 in Lancaster. Her 3 children were also inside, but they escaped onto the roof and were rescued by neighbors. Investigators say the husband used gasoline to set fire to the home. They say he gave them 4 different stories, and that's what made them suspicious.
Every time we reviewed this case, every time we looked at the evidence, the finger of guilt kept coming back to one person.
We're told problems in the marriage may have been the motive. Still at noon, investigators say a massive fire that left 150 people without homes in Philadelphia was intentionally set. It happened in February of last year at a hookah bar in the Old City section of Philly. Officials say the 2 brothers who ran the business set it on fire in order to collect the insurance money. The flames, though, caused millions of dollars in damage to neighboring businesses and apartments. This afternoon, we could learn more about the site of the former Civic Arena. Pittsburgh's Urban Redevelopment Authority is holding a special meeting at 1 p.m. They plan to discuss and possibly vote on the future of the site. Residents want the site to reconnect the Hill and downtown Pittsburgh. You can watch for coverage of the meeting tonight on Channel 11 News at 5. More details now. This is how that site looked before the arena was built. These are pictures from the Heinz History Center. To see more pictures and read about the area's history, log on to WPXI.com.
Your severe winter Team 11 forecast.
Now, we get used to this beginning October and running through April, that north-northwest flow and cloud cover pumping back in right now across the area. There are some breaks, not as gray as yesterday, and it's not going to be as gray as we go through the course of the day today. Temperatures just a little bit warmer. Notice, though, the difference the clouds make. Franklin, 45. Zanesville right now, 53 degrees. So pretty different, pretty varying temperatures across the area right now because of that cloud cover. Franklin's at 45, as I mentioned. 48 Katanning. Pittsburgh, 50 degrees. Beaver, 53. Waynesburg, 51 degrees. Look at Deep Creek Lake. Still 39 degrees at 12:18 in the middle of October. Now, storm tracker this afternoon keeps the clouds pumping through till about 4 or 5 o'clock, then starts to erode them away. I do think we'll see some clouds this afternoon into this evening, then eventually tonight skies will begin to clear out. Winds start to turn over the weekend. That's going to give us a warmer weekend ahead. Forecast for today from Severe Weather Team 11, clouds and some sunshine. A chilly day today, but not quite as bad as yesterday, as we make it to 54. 38 overnight tonight. Skies clear out. That 38 is in the city of Pittsburgh. Many of the suburbs and the outlying areas would generally be in the low to mid 30s tonight, so expect some frost first thing tomorrow morning as you get up and get your day going. Good looking day tomorrow. Sunshine 62 degrees, so warmer tomorrow, and then partly sunny on Sunday, 66. There's one little hiccup, and it's what could be the next tropical storm. It's a tropical, it's an area of disturbed weather right now, and it's going to make landfall near Florida with 50-mile-per-hour winds, possibly 60-mile-per-hour winds by Saturday morning, and race off the southeast coast by the time we get to early next week. Now, this will be a rainmaker for the southeast, but it's not going to be a hurricane. It's not going to be a huge wind maker, but could throw some clouds back into our area tomorrow night. Notice storm tracker, 8:30 tomorrow night. Clouds generally to the south of Pittsburgh, and stay there. That's the moisture in the mountains early Sunday morning with that tropical system, and then notice how quickly it heads out during the morning Sunday. So the bulk of the area should be rain-free, but we could see some clouds to start the day on Sunday. Rest of the day looks pretty good. 5-day forecast. Your weekend always in view. Could be a couple late-day showers Monday. Might hold off until Monday night, though. 72 for the high temperature on Monday. We don't go very far Tuesday. We drop to a morning low of 55 and only make it back to about 58 degrees with periods of rain, especially during the morning. I should have an updated storm tracker in the next couple minutes. Fresh look at the timing of any sort of weekend rain that's coming up in just about a half hour.
Ransomware attacks are on the decline. That's the good news. Unfortunately, there's also some bad news. Why the FBI says you still need to keep your guard up. And millions of dollars on the way to local schools. How it will be used to keep your kids safe. News at 5, covering more news happening in Washington County. Over $7 million on the way to make schools safer. It's part of Pennsylvania's Safe Schools Targeted Grants. The money will be used to prevent and reduce violence. Several public schools in Allegheny County got around $25,000 to upgrade equipment, including Pittsburgh, Baldwin, Whitehall, North Allegheny, and West Mifflin. Others got money to be used on school safety programs like North Hills, Upper St. Clair, and West Jefferson. Money is also on the way to schools in Beaver, Washington, and Westmoreland. To see the complete list and see just how much your district is getting, click on WPXI.com. The cost to demolish a historic hotel that was damaged by fire came in way under budget. Crews finished demolishing the old Belvedere Hotel this week. According to the Tribune Review, the work cost $48,000, and that is about $36,000 less than expected. The 115-year-old hotel in Oklahoma Borough was damaged by fire in July. The cause of the blaze has still not been determined, but police say they do believe it was intentionally set. A live look now at Pittsburgh International Airport, where you can get a car this weekend. The Allegheny County Airport Authority is auctioning off 15 cars that people just left there. They were all abandoned in the airport's parking lot.
Sometimes we can't get a hold of the owners at all, so we don't know what the story behind it is. Sometimes the fees and the parking fees and the storage fees are so high that people just think it's not worth it to come back and get their cars.
Hard to believe. You can also bid on computers, phone chargers, and jewelry this weekend. The auction will start 10 o'clock tomorrow morning at the airport's heavy equipment building in Moon Township. For a look at all the items that will be available, log on to WPXI.com and search for Airport Auction. There's a new phone scheme going around you should know about. Someone is calling people claiming they're from a local radio station. According to our partners at Butler Radio, the call says that they are affiliated with Rock Station 97.7. Then they ask for donations for Toys for Tots. None of the Butler area radio stations, though, are asking for donations, and nor do they make any calls. So anyone who gets one of these phone calls is asked to let police know. Still ahead, a new crime alert for Pitt students. The two men police are looking for after an attempted robbery with a gun just blocks from campus.
Clouds in the area right now. I'm tracking when the sun is going to pop out and stay out.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Gordon Lesh.
And I'm Catherine Amenta.
At Channel 11 Morning News, we help you prepare for the day ahead.
Definitely the heavy rain gear today with temperatures.
Heavier delays for the inbound morning commute.
We expanded our breaking news team to better cover news happening right now and give you new information throughout the morning.
Let's get right to Jennifer Tomazik live at the breaking news desk.
A huge impact on the area. In fact, we just found out.
Don't miss anything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News. We're on from 4. They forecast now on your screen all the time on Channel 11 News.
A new crime alert at Pitt. 2 men, one with a gun, tried to rob a man in the street. We're told this happened on Wednesday night, just a few blocks off campus on St. James Place. That's just off Bates and the Boulevard of the Allies. Channel 11's Renee Wallace has been following this, and she spoke with some students about the scare.
It's kind of scary to think about somebody getting robbed with a gun.
Channel 11 didn't have to tell these Pitt students about the attempted robbery in Oakland. They had already heard.
I made sure to get a ride home from someone who had a car on the team, and I texted my roommates to make sure they were safe because they also have practice that night.
Pitt police sent out a campus-wide alert warning students that there had been an armed robbery attempt in the heart of Oakland, but in an area which is considered off-campus housing. The victim told police he was walking in an alley, St. James Place, when 2 men, he said, one with a gun, demanded he give them his belongings. He didn't. Instead, the victim screamed for help. Police say that's when the 2 men ran off towards Semple Street. They have yet to be identified.
How are you supposed to respond when you're held at gunpoint? Because how are you supposed to respond? I have no clue.
Students told Channel 11 they are going to be extra vigilant when walking on or off campus at night. You concerned?
Yeah, I would say I'm kind of concerned. I don't know. I just hope that they find whoever did it.
I'm Renee Wallace for Channel 11 News.
Pitt police say that students need to be aware of their surroundings and to report anything suspicious immediately. Well, the rain is gone for now, but you'll still need a light jacket this afternoon. Severe Weather Team 11 meteorologist Scott Harbaugh joins us now with an update on the forecast. The weekend's looking very nice.
Weekend's looking picture perfect. I did notice when I stepped outside about an hour ago, the air is dry, so it feels really cool. So despite what sunshine there was earlier, that 50-degree temperature still has a bit of a chill to it. 53 in Beaver right now, Butler, Greensburg, Indiana, all at 48 degrees. Now, these numbers are about 5, 6, 7 degrees warmer than this time yesterday, but that's just how cool it was yesterday with temperatures stuck in the 40s. Right now, visible satellite showing clouds trying to pump back down into the region. There are breaks in the clouds, but still occasionally you're going to get cloudy from time to time. That'll break apart later this afternoon. So mostly cloudy at 1 o'clock, temperature 50 degrees, 4 p.m. partly sunny in 54. Evening plans, it will be chilly. Grab a jacket. The weekend, about 90% perfect. I'll show you the 10% I'm concerned about as I update Storm Tracker. Have that for you coming up in about 15 minutes.
Today, charges are pending after 2 Penn Hills students were hit by cars. And now the superintendent for Penn Hills School District is taking action. Channel 11 told you Tuesday a 13-year-old was hit by a car that was driving the wrong way through the Linton Middle School parking lot. The very next day, a 6-year-old student was hit by a car while crossing Frankstown Road to get on his bus. Penn Hills police say the stop sign on the school bus was extended at the time of the crash.
The teachers will be stopping their planned instruction, and they are going to talk about safety, including travel to and from school.
Families were sent a letter urging anyone who drives through the community to do so safely and with extreme care. Survivors of priest abuse just got a combined $4 million settlement from a compensation fund. It is the one in the Greensburg Catholic Diocese. It established the fund after the grand jury report on priest sex abuse came out last summer. The diocese says it paid off $4.3 million to 57 people who made claims. There are still 6 claims that have not yet been resolved. Greensburg's bishop issued a statement saying this is about more than monetary compensation. This is a commitment to listening to and supporting the same people that we have failed to protect and trying to help them heal. Another man has been arrested in connection with a smash and grab burglary in Washington. Police say this man, Kyle Baker, robbed a gas station twice. Baker's arrest for that smash and grab comes after police recently made an arrest in similar cases along Jefferson Avenue. Police say surveillance video shows Baker walking around the store Tuesday night. Then he's seen stealing 6 cartons of cigarettes. 2 days later, he was arrested in Centerville. The owner of Jefferson Avenue Station says she was surprised they arrested him so quickly.
I thought maybe he would alter his appearance since, we put it out there on Facebook. I really thought he might change, but I guess he's not smart enough to do that.
Another man, LaShawn Davis, was also arrested for several other smash and grabs in the area. 11 Investigates is finally getting answers about a ransomware attack on the city of Washington. Channel 11's Aaron Martin found out how much the city had to pay to get its systems back online.
It's not if you're going to be a victim, it's when you're going to be a victim now and how bad you're going to be victimized.
FBI Assistant Special Agent in Charge Doug Olson laid out a new reality when it comes to cybersecurity. It's one the city of Washington knows all too well. Back in May, the city's phone and email systems were attacked by ransomware, shutting them down for more than 2 weeks. Today, City Councilman Joe Manning confirmed to 11 Investigates they had to pay around $25,000 in ransom to get their system back online. City officials refused to comment on whether a ransom was paid for months. According to the FBI, the number of ransomware attacks have dropped slightly, but are costing victims a lot more money. In 2017, there were 58 attacks in Pennsylvania, leading to around $4,800 in losses. Last year, there were 55 attacks, but the cost skyrocketed to nearly $23,000. Similar trends were seen in western Pennsylvania and West Virginia.
Malicious cyber actors are doing better at researching who they're attacking with the ransomware. The attacks they're doing are more targeted, so they're able to ask for more money. So it's less attacks, but more effective.
Aaron Martin, Channel 11 News.
Since Washington was attacked in May, the city has taken steps to improve its cybersecurity infrastructure, has hired a breach coach to handle the attack. Councilman Manning believes they are now better prepared to fend off any ransomware attack in the future. New Orleans is getting ready to explode 2 massive construction cranes that are on the scene of a deadly hotel collapse. This is a live look at that site right now. Crews plan to demolish the cranes with controlled explosions. That way, the cranes will drop straight down instead of falling onto other buildings or perhaps gas and electric lines. A tropical storm is moving in tonight with strong winds that could make those cranes fall over. Meanwhile, 10 people hurt in that collapse have filed a lawsuit. They say they have head, back, and shoulder injuries, as well as respiratory issues, all because of the collapse. They're suing several construction companies for liability and negligence. Still not clear what caused that collapse. A family shocked when they found blood pouring into their basement. Why officials say the bizarre discovery had nothing to do with their home. Plus, why the federal government is studying the sizes of seats on airplanes.
Channel 11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
The number of vaping-related lung injuries across the country continues to rise. According to the CDC, there are more than 1,400 confirmed cases and probable cases in 49 states. At least 33 deaths have been reported in 24 states, including some in Pennsylvania. Because of the issues with vaping-related illnesses, Juul is not going to sell some of its flavors anymore. It is suspending the sale of mango, cream, fruit, and cucumber flavors. Juul already pulled some other flavors off the shelves last year. The company recently announced it was suspending all broadcast, print, and digital advertising in the United States. An intense shootout in Mexico when security forces tried to arrest one of El Chapo's sons. He was wanted in the U.S. on drug trafficking charges. Officials say federal troops were patrolling when they were fired on from a house. They fired back. Eventually, El Chapo's son was arrested inside that house. The reward has increased for information on the bald eagle that was shot in Derry Township 2 weeks ago. According to the Tribune Review, the reward went from $500 now to $1,000. The bird was shot in the head on West Penn Trail. It had to be euthanized. The State Game Commission is investigating. In the modern age, more and more personal information is available online, but our consumer advisor has a warning for people on Facebook.
Clouds will be heading out later this afternoon, but that's going to lead to a big chill tonight. I'm tracking which areas will see frost by tomorrow morning.
You're streaming WPXI now. Your source for breaking news, weather, and original local shows. Amazing people are having a big impact all over rural America. Small town, big deal. Weekdays at 2 p.m. on WPXI. Channel 11. You have always counted on Channel 11 Morning News for breaking news. Now, we've expanded our coverage of breaking news where you live. Our anchor connects you to new information all morning long. Don't miss anything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News. You have always counted on Channel 11 Morning News for breaking news. Now, we've expanded our coverage of breaking news where you live. Our anchor connects you to new information all morning long. Don't miss anything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News.
Many of us wish for more legroom on airplanes, but now the Federal Aviation Administration is looking into whether the space between seats impacts our safety. It's trying to find out if the seats affect passengers' ability to evacuate the plane quickly. A final report will be released next summer. Ford is teaming up with Volkswagen and Amazon to set up nearly 12,000 charging stations across North America. People who buy Ford electric cars will get 2 years of free access to charge plugs. Volkswagen's Electrify America will set up the fast charging station sites, while Ford will work with Amazon to install home charging setups. Social media is a gold mine for criminals hoping to steal your identity. Our consumer advisor Clark Howard has the 2 things you should never share on Facebook.
You got to be so careful when you post things on Facebook, because do you know there are just 2 things you can post on Facebook that will allow a criminal to be most of the way to stealing your identity? One of them is your birth date. The second is where you live. With those 2 pieces of info, a really clever criminal can completely take over your identity. You need to be so careful who you actually have as friends and what information you post in any way publicly. The best thing to do is not get birthday wishes through Facebook, because as long as people don't know what your actual birthday is, it makes it tougher for them to cause all kinds of havoc and mischief in your life. I'm Clark Howard.
And you can see more from Clark Howard on our streaming app. Search for WPXI on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. A dramatic rescue at a train station in Argentina. Security footage shows a man on the platform fainting and knocking another woman onto the tracks while a train is coming. Look at that. Other passengers frantically warned the train operator to slow down. Once the train stopped, people jumped down to help the woman. She and the man who fainted are both expected to be okay. A Beaver County post office could soon be renamed in honor of a local airman who was killed in the line of duty. Staff Sergeant Dylan Elton died last year when his vehicle hit a roadside bomb in Afghanistan. The U.S. House wants to honor him by renaming the Hookstown facility. U.S. Representative Connor Lamb told his colleague renaming the post office will help local people remember the sacrifice that Dylan made.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
A live look at Tower Cam. It's partly cloudy outside. Temperature 50 degrees. Definitely a chill in the air with that north-northwest wind at 12. It adds a little bit of bite to the air. So it looks nice outside. Just doesn't feel quite as good as it looks. Storm tracker this afternoon. We will thin out these clouds later this afternoon. I think if you're heading to high school football games tonight, definitely take the coat with you tonight. Temperatures to kick off in the upper 40s, and they're only going to peel back even more during the game. And with the air kind of dry, it's going to have that added chill to the air. 49 to kick off tonight. All your highlights from some of the biggest games across the area with Chase Williams and Chris Carter tonight, 11:15, Channel 11 News, 11 at 11. How about some of these overnight lows tonight? 38 in Pittsburgh. That's in the city, but look at the outlying areas. Look at the suburbs. Butler, 32 tonight. Washington down to 31. Greensburg, 33. There will be some frost tonight, so keep in mind anything that you have outside that isn't, one of those hardy mums covered up tonight or bring it in for the night. Temperatures will be back up above the safe level by about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then a great day tomorrow. 62 in Pittsburgh. Look at the warmth trying to stream in from the south. 70 in Morgantown tomorrow. 69 Uniontown. Washington and Greensburg both making it to 66 degrees. Great day for fall festivals tomorrow. Lots of sunshine. 58 degrees at 1 in the afternoon, 62 by 4 p.m. And again, humidity not a factor tomorrow. One little thing I'm watching for the weekend. There's a tropical system in the Gulf of Mexico that could become a named tropical storm. It might stay extratropical. Right now, winds around the center of circulation are 60 miles per hour, but it doesn't have that classic definition for a tropical storm, so it's still not a named tropical storm. It will make landfall near Pensacola, Florida, and then scoot through Georgia and the Carolinas over the weekend. This will produce 6 to 10 inches of rain for parts of the southeast, and it will be close enough to us early Sunday morning. It throws the clouds in here, maybe some rain, especially in our southeastern communities, early Sunday before sunrise, and then heads out quickly. So I'm leaving the 5-day forecast right now dry, but check back in tonight for updates on the weekend. If there's going to be any rain, it would be early in the day on Sunday. 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. 66 Sunday, turning out partly sunny and probably more sun in the afternoon than we see in the morning. Monday, late day showers, bulk of the day will be dry, high temperature 72 degrees, and then Tuesday, much cooler, a little more raw again, some rain mainly in the morning, a high temperature also in the morning of 58 degrees. Peggy?
Thanks, Scott. A family's basement mysteriously fills with blood. The source behind the really gross discovery and what the family is doing in the meantime.
Everything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News.
Take a look at this. The Coast Guard seized $92 million in cocaine in California. Nearly 7,000 pounds of drugs were taken from boats off the coast of Mexico and Central and South America. The Coast Guard says intercepting the drugs at sea helps with border security and keeps the drugs away from American citizens. Calling all Disney fans, how would you like to make money binge watching your favorite movies? The site review.org is looking for hardcore Disney fans to watch 30 movies and shows on the new Disney streaming service. Then they'll have to submit reviews of Disney Plus. In exchange, they'll get $1,000, a one-year subscription to the service, and a Disney-themed movie watching kit. Disney Plus launches November 12th. Samuel Adams' Halloween brew is a little spooky. The beer, called Utopias, is illegal in 15 states because of its high alcohol content. It is 28% alcohol by volume, while most beers are just around 5%. So if you want to try it, you're in luck. It is not illegal in Pennsylvania. Speaking of spooky, an Iowa family was forced out of their home in their basement filled with blood. The homeowner first noticed the blood coming from his sump pit. 2 weeks later, it was filling the basement. The house sits next to a slaughterhouse and a meat locker. Officials say a clog in a drain line shared by both properties caused the backup. Yikes. The family is staying elsewhere until the issue is fixed. That's all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast comes up tonight at 5. Meanwhile, you can get breaking news updates anytime on our streaming apps just by searching WPXI on Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon Fire. Have a great day and a great weekend, everyone.
Channel 11 News 11 at 11. 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
This is Take 5, highlighting Western Pennsylvania's most innovative and successful businesses.
Hello and welcome to Take 5. I'm Heather Habira. A Pittsburgh Halloween tradition is upon us, Zoo-Boo. And joining me today to talk about the fun event is Tracy Gray from the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium. Welcome, Tracy. It's wonderful to have you here.
Thank you. I'm very excited.
Tell me, when is Zoo-Boo this year?
Zoo-Boo this year is the